Howdy y'all, Andy Redneck here. It's been a while, so we're going to run through garden or Yarden update. Yeah, we call it the Yarden. So up here we got our turmeric and ginseng going in these little pots here. Some giant marigolds. This little pot here's got some tobacco in it, and we're raising the tobacco, or attempting to raise it, as a pesticide. So we'll see. Over in this here raised, what is it? Balcony box. Yeah, balcony box here. We got thyme. We threw in some additional thyme seeds down the middle and everything. We put in some rosemary. It's doing all right. The onions, they're up and doing good. Looks like we got some turnips from a previous year that sprouted. That's all right. We'll just leave them. They ain't hurting nothing. We got our marjoram, and we threw some marjoram seed down in between them as well. We got some older, what is it, strawberry spinach. We're waiting for that to develop more. Then we eat it. It's got a berry type thing on it that's edible too, so it kind of looks like a strawberry. Then what we got over here is this. Actually, I thought it was carrots coming up, but this is actually dill. In some cases, we might have a carrot or so in there, but up amongst the peas, we got some dill weed, and most of the peas are up now. The avocado is putting on all sorts of new growth, so it's doing good. I forgot to tell you, today's the 28th of April, and it's about 54 degrees out at 11 a.m. So it's a cool morning, but it's not too bad. I come through yesterday and fed everything that was in a pot or in a balcony box with some liquid fish emulsion type fertilizer. So anyway, our buckets of tomatoes and whatnot is doing okay. This is a Cherokee Purple. It's getting a slow start, but it's all right. This is an Arkansas Traveler, and we want it to grow bigger, so we're gonna have to reach in here and go like this, and deep, and we took off the blooms. We'd want to go for another couple weeks, and we want this thing to be at least 2 foot tall before it starts producing. So we get rid of its blooms now and get it to growing some more. Make sure it's got good and strong roots and whatnot. As you can see, the kiwi berry, or the kiwi vine, it's got some of its fresh shoots are 3 or 4 feet long already. It's trying to take over. So much so that you can't even hardly see the lemon trees up in there unless you're looking hard for them. We get over here to this balcony box, and we've got our chamomile, and you can see it's doing good. And then down here in amongst the chamomile, we got some more strawberry spinach sprouted up, and that'll hopefully be good. The echinaceas still growing. It's slow, but it's growing. And then the parsley here The parsley it's growing good. I come out every day and get me a sprig and chew on it as a morning breath freshener. Now hang on a second, y'all. Oi! I had to holler for the pups. They're out wandering around. This is our morning walk. We walk the garden, try to walk it twice a day. So you're here with us for the morning Yarden. Here is our main bunch of African giant marigolds. You'll notice a couple of them like this one. This one never developed real leaves. So it ain't gonna do nothing. We're gonna pull it out here in a bit because it ain't actually going to leaf out and survive. I did put some what was left of my seed in these empties here, but I don't know if they'll come up or not. Now with that, here, what looks like little salad greens, which they could be salad greens if you wanted them to. These are actual, one side is, this side I'm pretty sure is Italian dandelions, Rosso Italiaco, and this side would be French dandelions. Dandelions are a great thing. You can eat the whole plant, whatnot. If we look here, I'll get you up here. This is a mulberry tree. If you look right there, we got some mulberries. It ain't super covered, but it does have a good deal of green berries on it right now. So maybe I'll get more than one or two. It depends on how bad the birds want them. Oh, okay, over here against the wall, there's one. And then here's crops 2 and 3, main stands of lemon balm. It's a type of mint. I started years ago and it just keeps re-coming. If you'll notice, it's starting to spread, which I'm fine with. I want mint and stuff all along the walls of the house. For one, mints are pest deterrents, so a lot of spiders and stuff don't like the smell of mint, so they'll go away from it. And for 2, it's a shady spot that a lot of things won't grow in, but there are mints and certain other herbs that do well in shade. Here's our first tater tower. As you can see, it's still got its main 4. I did add another tater there, a different variety. Second tater tower is doing better than the first, leaf-wise, anyway. There were 5 taters in here, and only 3 of the purple ones come up, so we've only got those. But again, I did drop in some additional different variety. Pardon me. Ooh! I must have got a snoot full of pollen. Over here is our cole crops and carrot bed. Inside of it, as you can see our carrots. And then on the other side we got our cole crops and turnips and kale and whatnot. We got quinoa and amaranth in there too. It's going slow, but I kind of expected it to a little bit because it got shaded over. Uh, it gets a lot of shade in the mornings, but it gets a lot more light in the at noon and at night. Moving on, this is another tater tower we got here, and we got 4 taters up in it. Bucket of beans, another tater tower. And interesting thing about these tater towers is we got spiders that are building in above them, but we got 4 or 5 taters in here that are up. I want to say one of them had 6 taters and one had 5 taters. So well, shoot, here, this is our Big Mac's pumpkins, and it looks like something been digging in them. Yeah, we do have a chipmunk or squirrel around here, so. But again, with our gourds and stuff, we want them to grow out a little more. So normally we get in here and we yank these flowers off. I'm just going to leave those alone for now. We'll move on a bit. One of the 2 cucumber buckets, it's still kind of cool, so they're not taking off too fast. You know, again, it's 53 degrees. You know, it's not optimum growing weather. Here's our purple Molokai sweet taters. Then we got over here our spinach, which should be doing better than it is, but it just ain't doing. Our tomatoes, again, if you notice, we got to get in here and we got to nip off some flowers. You know, a lot of people want that first earliest tomato that they can get. Oh, gotta get it. But I'm looking for strong plants that'll produce more tomatoes later. So, and as you can see, something's been digging in here too. So obviously we've got some good worms running around if something's digging into the beds for them. This is our bucket of loofahs. Again, all of our stuff in buckets and balcony boxes got fertilized yesterday. Our beets are still going slow, but they're going. Our celery's is up and going slow. Everything's going slow, it seems, except our sunflowers. You know, we got sunflowers here. Some of them are getting on to 10 inches. Then we got beans in with the sunflowers, and then what's even nicer is some of our watermelon has started coming up. Our squash buckets are up nicely. So as soon as the weather hopefully stabilizes a little bit, we should have some gigantic growth happening. Here, this is our corn and beans. As you can see, the beans is doing great. The corn, it's growing. It slowed down again. We do have in here at least a little bit of our cantaloupe has decided to sprout, so we'll see. You know, once again, for some of these, the temperature seems to be a bit cool for them. However, it's already getting on to May, and that cuts into the growing season quite a bit, because the next thing you know, it'll be August. But if you look here, the trees, I mean, some of the trees are getting so leafed out that they're almost got everything shaded. That's another reason we wanted to get going earlier. You know, yeah, we got a nice big spot of empty, which will make sure our plants get light. And our plants are getting light. You know, our plants are getting decent light throughout the day. Shovel! Get out of there! Come on, house. 1, 2, get up there, get up to that house. You too. But anyway, you know, our pawpaw trees is doing good. Oh, let's check in on our apple. This is our big apple here. Oh, let's see if we can find where the, oh, look at that, look at that, look at that. A couple of those are fattening up. So they evidently did get, some of them did get pollinated well, so a couple of them's fattening up, and we might get an apple or two. While we're looking at blooms and stuff, we get up under here, and I don't know if you can see them or not, but right in here are buds for the kiwi to bloom. So, you know, we're progressing on. One of the big things about all this is we want to try to get us to a permaculture food forest type setup that we can have things grow on their own fairly reliably. You know, that's like some of our herbs and stuff. We can get them set to and growing like that lemon balm. It comes back year after year. I use it as a tea, so you know, we get some lemon in the tea. And well, that's about it. It's been a handy redneck. I'll talk to y'all later.